A woman fakes being in a serious accident and tells her boyfriend she might never walk again. Does he stay or disappear? Samantha Sam Crowley, 26 years old, petite with copper-toned skin, wavy chestnut hair always in a bun and eyes that sparkled hazel when angry, had been doubting Devon for weeks. Devon Maddox, 29 years old, tall, lean, mocha complexion with sharp cheekbones and always immaculately dressed in dark jeans and open collars, was charming. Too charming. Sam's best friend Lila had planted the seed. He flirts with everyone when you're not looking. Sam had laughed it off, until she didn't. Late-night texts Devon wouldn't explain, secretive calls, excuses. Sam needed proof, but not the kind you found on phones. She wanted to know, if everything vanished, her beauty, her mobility, her independence, would Devon still love her? It started as a joke over wine and heartbreak. What if I faked an accident? Sam laughed. But the more she spoke it aloud, the more real it became. She imagined the scene, hospital lights, the beep of machines, her legs wrapped in casts. I might never walk again, she'd whisper to Devon. Would he bolt or cradle her in his arms and say he'd never leave? Lila, reluctant but always down for chaos, agreed to help. A staged car crash, a private clinic in the outskirts of town, 2 actors posing as doctors. All Sam needed was the performance of a lifetime, and a man who couldn't tell truth from loyalty. They chose an abandoned clinic with just enough gear to look legitimate. Sam wore a neck brace, fake bruises painted under her eyes, her legs bound in heavy orthopedic boots. The accident would be simple. A car swerved off the road, a rollover, but she miraculously survived, with spinal damage. Devon received the call at midnight. She might not walk again, the nurse said solemnly. He drove through the night, panic in every turn of the wheel. Sam lay in bed, pretending to sleep, waiting. Would he even show up? Devon burst into the room like a man possessed. Sam, in her hospital gown, her face pale with makeup, forced tears into her eyes. He rushed to her side. Sam, oh my God, I'm here. She weakly smiled. They said, I might never walk again. His eyes welled up. She watched him closely. No hesitation, no hint of escape, just love, or was it guilt? The game had begun. Devon never missed a visit. Every morning he'd arrive with breakfast. Every night he kissed her forehead. Sam continued the lie. She practiced trembling hands, strained breathing. But the guilt clawed at her, until she overheard him on a call outside her room. She's everything to me. I don't care if she walks or not. Her heart twisted. Was it love, or was he lying now? Sam couldn't keep up the act much longer. Devon's kindness wasn't fading, but Lila noticed something strange. Devon's ex had reached out to him. Maybe he feels trapped, Lila warned. People say things in the moment. Sam felt paranoid. Was he really staying, or waiting for the right moment to run? One night, while Devon showered in her apartment, Sam now recovering at home, she searched his phone. A message blinked. Do you still think about us? From Eliza, his ex. His reply chilled her. Sometimes, but now's not the time. Sam's lie had made him question everything, and now her own truth was on the edge of collapse. Sam debated telling the truth. She practiced the confession in front of a mirror. I lied to test you, but she never said it. Instead, she grew colder. Devon noticed. Are you pushing me away because of your injury? He asked, his deep brown eyes searching hers. She nodded. Another lie. Lila suggested one last test. We record him, alone, when he thinks you can't hear. So they placed a camera in the kitchen. Sam pretended to nap while Devon cooked. The footage revealed a man pacing, whispering to himself. She deserves better than me. Maybe I should just leave. Sam's breath caught. The lie was killing what they had. 2 days later, Devon walked in with a ring. I don't care about walking, I just want forever. Sam froze. This wasn't supposed to happen. He was supposed to reveal his disloyalty, not propose. Sam declined Devon's surprise proposal with a shaky smile and a vague excuse about needing more time to recover. But inside she was spiraling. She couldn't sleep. Her mind was an endless loop of guilt, fear, and what-ifs. Every lie she had told began to suffocate her. The ring sat untouched in its velvet box, a silent monument to a love built on a crumbling foundation. Lila confronted her. You can't keep lying forever. This ends in disaster. But Sam, panicked and desperate, clung to the illusion. If she could just find the right moment to tell him, maybe she could still salvage what they had, maybe. The weight of the deception had reached a boiling point. Every time Devon touched her, looked at her with tenderness, it only made the guilt heavier. She imagined confessing every time she opened her mouth, but the words never came. What if he left? What if he never forgave her? One evening, while brushing her hair, she locked eyes with herself in the mirror. She didn't recognize the woman staring back. A liar, a manipulator, someone playing victim in her own life. I have to end this, she whispered, but fate would beat her to it in the most unexpected and humiliating way. It happened at a routine checkup in an actual medical facility. Devon had insisted on a second opinion. The doctor, a middle-aged woman with kind eyes and no knowledge of the ruse, glanced at Sam's chart and casually said, "You've healed well. Your spine looks perfectly healthy." Devon's face turned pale. Sam's stomach dropped. She tried to recover, stammering some excuse about the healing process being better than expected, but the damage was done. Devon was silent the entire drive home. His grip on the steering wheel was tight, his jaw clenched. She could feel his trust slipping and her worst fear creeping closer. After that fateful appointment, Devon vanished. No texts, no calls, no late-night visits. Sam waited, heart pounding every time the doorbell rang. But it was never him. The silence was louder than any argument. She called Lila in tears. "I think he knows." Lila, though sympathetic, was drained. "You lied. You gambled everything for a test. What did you expect?" Days turned to weeks. Sam checked his social media obsessively, but Devon posted nothing. Her voicemail went unanswered. The silence wasn't just punishment, it was a void, a haunting emptiness that reminded her that some betrayals are too big to mend. It was late evening when Devon finally reappeared. He stood in her doorway, phone in hand, his face unreadable. He didn't speak at first, just held up the screen. A video played. Sam, fully upright, dancing and laughing with Lila in her apartment hallway. She had forgotten about the building's security cameras. Sam's knees gave way. She tried to explain. "It was just a test. I needed to know you'd stay." Her voice cracked with desperation. Devon's eyes darkened. "You don't test someone you trust. You don't fake trauma to measure love." In that moment, the foundation of their relationship crumbled and neither knew how to rebuild. Sam fell apart. She cried for hours after Devon left, curled in a ball on the couch. The same legs she'd pretended were broken now trembling with shock. She called Lila, sobbing uncontrollably. "I ruined everything." Lila offered no comfort, only truth. "You did." For days, Sam didn't eat. She replayed every conversation, every lie, every moment she could have come clean. Her phone remained silent. The engagement ring gathered dust. She stared at herself in the mirror, her hair matted, eyes swollen. The price of her lie wasn't just Devon's absence. It was the destruction of the woman she used to be, honest, hopeful, loved. It didn't take long for word to spread. A vague post from Lila turned viral. "Be careful who fakes their pain." Someone connected the dots, and Sam's story exploded online. She became an internet pariah, dubbed the hospital hoax girl. Memes, hate comments, threats, all followed. Her online business plummeted. Sponsors dropped her and former customers demanded refunds. Even her workplace, a health nonprofit, placed her on indefinite leave, citing reputational risk. Sam tried to post a heartfelt apology, but it only added fuel to the fire. She became a cautionary tale, not just of deception, but of how the internet shows no mercy to liars. Sam's apartment became a prison. She stopped going out during the day, only grocery shopping at midnight. She silenced her phone, turned off comments, and closed her laptop for weeks. Every corner of her world reminded her of Devon. The coffee mug he bought, the playlist he made, the scent of his cologne in her sheets. She played his last voicemail over and over. "I would have stayed through anything, except lies." She deleted it one night, but her thumb hovered over the button for 5 full minutes. She had gambled love for fear, and now she had neither. In a rare moment of clarity, Sam penned a letter to Devon. It was raw, messy, filled with run-on sentences and tear stains. She explained why she did it, the insecurity, the fear, the twisted logic that had seemed so rational in the moment. She apologized, begged, wished for a rewind button. She sealed it in an envelope and stared at it for hours. Finally, she drove to his house, crept to the porch like a ghost, and left it beneath the mat. She waited for a response that never came. Weeks passed. The letter, she assumed, was never opened or never forgiven. Time didn't heal everything, but it made the pain quieter. Sam went to therapy, slowly rebuilt her freelance career, and stopped Googling her name every day. She adopted a rescue dog, started journaling, and eventually spoke openly about her mistake at a women's support group. She never saw Devon again, and maybe that was for the best. Some endings are necessary. Her legs were fine, but she walked differently now, slower, wiser. The lie she told once defined her, but now it reminded her what not to do. And if her story could save someone else from making the same mistake, maybe it was worth telling. If you found this story gripping, heartbreaking, or eye-opening, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more twisted tales of love and deception.